What's going on, boys? I want to thank you all. I just got notification not but a day or two ago that I just hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. I want to thank each and every one of you, man. It is a blessing. I mean, just a blessing. I'm excited. At the same time, I'm a little tired because I've been busting my hump lately. Not only with Banshee, which I'm going to be showing you all what has been done with her here in just a few minutes. But I also have my new job as well, trying to make a little extra loot so that we could put more into the project later on in the future. But I want to address and thank you all for subscribing to the channel. Like, when I got that notification, I almost broke into a tear of just straight up excitement. I jumped up, scared my wife and my daughter, and then they got excited for me as well. So if you are new to the channel, before we get started with anything else, definitely hit that subscribe button. It is a free channel to subscribe to. You do not have to pay a single penny to watch and enjoy what I'm about to show you and what we're going to be doing in the future. I apologize, I got some crows in the background because I live literally maybe good 300-400 yards away from a cornfield. So with that being said, like, subscribe, well, most of all, subscribe, like, and share. Let me show you exactly what I've been working on with Banshee and what I've done and what I should have done from the very beginning. So yeah, let me introduce you to Banshee version 2.0. Now, there are a few other things that I had replaced that I'm not able to record because it's actually in the fuel tank itself. And that is, if you guys can see, my old fuel pump that I customized to put an aftermarket 450 LPH fuel pump in there. This is no longer in the system anymore. I ordered and purchased a Holley fuel pump from Holley. It is a 450 LPH returnless, so it is already installed, and I have also running to that thanks to Evil Energy. I have 6 AN, or 8 AN, I'm sorry, 8 AN lines running to my fuel pressure regulator up here, my aftermarket one, running to the new fuel pump with all the evap connections and everything like that for that unit. What I have also is, if you guys saw in the video, my Holley Terminator X is installed, but I cannot do anything with the truck yet because this Wednesday of this week I should be receiving my replacement handheld. When I finally got everything installed and I put the relay on, which is a 40 amp relay running off a 30 amp fuse. Yeah, that's right. 40 amp relay running off a 30 amp fuse running to the positive battery for my 12 volt switch for the unit. Once I ended up getting everything hooked up and I did everything correctly, I turned it on. The handheld did not want to work. So I went over here and I checked the plug. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, unplugged it, plugged it back in. The handheld did not want to work. All it was doing was just quickly flicker, and then it was just black screen. So I could not do anything with it. But it should be here Wednesday of this week, and I will have that video up with a new intro on the truck. But yeah, I hope you guys really like how everything's set up. Like I said, I've got the Holley Terminator X. It is a universal MPFI system for just the fuel injectors and the throttle body, and the map sensor and everything like that. So everything will run smoothly fuel-wise. When it comes to the fuel pump is running to the main ECM on the actual truck, my stock ECM. I am running my stock ECM when it comes to the lights and any electrical that comes in to the cabin and for the exterior lights. So far I've noticed that everything is working perfect. Knock on wood. If you notice that my passenger side turbo sits in a little bit further, is because if you guys all know Dodge Durangos and Dodge Dakotas, the engine kind of seems like it's wonky onto the side a little bit, like it's crooked. It's normal, I'm guessing, for this type of model and year, especially with the motor mounts, how they place them. But another thing is, I hope you guys like where I placed the ECM. I put it in my glove box. I ended up cutting the whole back out from the plastic, and you can't really see back there. So I ran the wires through the firewall here. If you guys can really see, you see that little bit of yellow in there. That's just foam that was originally in the firewall. What I did was I ran my Holley wiring kit through the firewall, up and down, and into where the glove box is. And it worked out pretty good. I have a grommet that I'm making for that little spot, so that there I can put it in and it won't have any moisture or water going in. But on top of that, you guys seen the exhaust that I've done. I finally, instead of doing the single exhaust, I've done, it's not a true dual, okay, because it's not going down that way, and the reason why is because I went with a 3-inch pipe, and because of the way the manifold on the driver's side sits, I would have been hitting either that or the steering rack, and I was like, well, screw it. I have these holes over here from my previous 2-inch pipe, so I decided to just cut, a little bit bigger, make a 3-inch exhaust pipe, and have the wastegates running to the exhaust now. I also have my O2 sensors here. These are all buttoned up, ready to go. This one here is for the Holley Terminator, and then I also have my other O2 wideband hooked up to the gauge up top there. If you guys can see my gauge pods, all right, one's for boost control and everything else. Sorry about that. I had a family member of mine show up. That's why you heard the honking in the background. But getting back to it, a few other things that I definitely need to install is, once I install this intercooler back on, I had to actually flip it back to its original spot. If you guys remember, in the original setup, I had the ports upwards, and I was able to shut the hood nicely. But because I have it flipped upside down again, or the right side up again, basically the hood latch was hitting against the intercooler. So I took the hood latch completely off the intercooler. I took the hood latch completely off the hood, and I went and I placed an order for these little locker pieces, which is, I think, really cool, by Catch. And it's pretty interesting. I still have to figure it out, but they do have a little lock and key mechanism in them. There's a better light of them, but yeah, it's one of those. So the hood stays on nicely and doesn't fly away. But yeah, Catch. You got 5-star ratings on this. So, but yeah, Holley equipment. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I am the very first 99 Dodge Durango 5.2 liter with the Holley Terminator X set up on this. So, don't quote me on this, but so far I haven't seen anybody else online or on the internet or on YouTube that has this type of setup. On top of that, I've never seen anybody do anything like this on a Durango in the first place. So now I've seen Durangos with turbos and twin turbos on them, but they're, you know, custom fabricated where the turbo sits either here or, you know, back into here, or like if you got, well, for instance, one of my favorite channels is Racing Ram Fam, and they have the same exact engine in Whitey, their 1500 Ram, but they have their turbos sitting up top, sticking out of the hood. So I felt like maybe I should just be a little bit different, so I decided to go ahead and cut everything, pretty much what I didn't need over here and over here, and did my turbo setup that way. Now I'm different from everybody else, and this is exactly how I'm going to keep it, because come later in the months, this truck will be going to come off the road once again, and everything is going to be disassembled, body, interior, suspension. We're going to redo the turbo setup just a little bit better. We're going to take all this whole front side, you know, the whole front is going to be completely disassembled. We're going to do our own roll cage. We're going to actually have all the wires are going to be tucked in. Finally, I just went ahead and did this phase 2 for now, so that we could have some fun, go to maybe some events as the truck is, and see if we can, you know, romp on some of these cars out here and show some people like, oh my god, this is a twin turbo Durango, but how he has it set up is totally different from everybody else. So, yeah, I hope you all like this. I really, 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 really pray you all subscribe if you're new to the channel. I am back. Banshee is finally back. We are going to be here pretty much full time now. We are at 1,000 subscribers, so I have an obligation that I need to keep up with, and making sure that you guys get the content at least 2 or 3 times weekly. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm not going to get much sleep, but it'll be totally worth it. You guys are going to be coming for the trips that I'm going to be, you know, setting up. I am trying to make plans to go to FL2K for next year, Ice Cream Cruise next year, some of the events over at Bradenton Motorsports in Florida. Try to see if we might go to some of the TRC events that they have. But yeah, stay tuned. I will be back in the next day or two. Just like I said, I'm waiting on my handheld. I'll start this bad boy up, give her a quick wash. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention, I also have a wrap for the hood of the truck. I got tired of the way that hood looks. So the roof rack, original roof rack, the stock one that I have on there now, those are going to be coming off. And yeah, you can leave your comments down below. Please do so, especially when it comes to the setup and seeing how you guys like it. If you guys want to see any of the content proceed in racing, definitely leave your comments down below, and I will try to definitely set up some racing once everything is on and we're good to go. But yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. I will be back in a couple of days, like I said, just waiting for the handheld. The channel is free, guys, so all it takes is just that little red button that says subscribe. Like, share, leave your comments down below and what you guys really want to see on the channel from here on. Alright? See you in the next one. Peace.